Hey friends, how's it going and welcome back to another video. So in today's video I'm going to be talking about wig styling. I did get a request from someone to make this video, so I thought I would do that. I'm by no means a wig expert. I'm still pretty new myself to experimenting with wigs. I'm pretty addicted, as you can tell. I have quite a few now. I just think they're so much fun to play around with. You can get super affordable ones, or you can go on the more extreme side and get more expensive ones, depending on whether you're using them for cosplay or for everyday use. Like, there's just so many options, and it's fun, like especially someone with black dyed hair. It's fun to experiment with colors and to have different looks for different makeup looks and stuff without having to actually bleach my hair. So yeah, I'm absolutely addicted to wigs. And also, if you ever have any requests for videos you want me to do, make sure you leave them in the comments or send me a message on Instagram or something, because I love making videos that I personally would watch and that I find enjoyable to make, but also I want to make things that you guys love watching. So if you ever have any requests, don't be afraid to just let me know, because I love getting them. So, wig styling. I've seen quite a few people on YouTube talk about wig styling, and I'm probably not going to be as informative and in-depth as other YouTubers, because my styling is super simple. I like to keep it really easy, really fast. There's obviously going to be different levels and processes that you would go through if you're wearing wigs, if you're using them for cosplay, that sort of thing. You can still use the techniques I'm using in this video, but if you want me to go more in depth on any certain steps, or if you want me to do cosplay wigs or something, then let me know, because that's something I can definitely do. But for this video, I just wanted to cover the basics. This is like beginner friendly. First I'm going to talk about some products that I would recommend. So first product I would recommend is a detangling spray. So I've got this one. The glare is going to be super annoying throughout this video. This is the detangler that I use. I feel like it was maybe a little bit pricey for what I would have liked to have paid, but it's a really good detangling spray. If you're not sure you're definitely going to get into wigs or like wearing them, maybe see if you can buy a smaller bottle of this, or just get a cheaper one. But if you're like me and you're a bit addicted to wigs and you want a really good quality product, this one had really good reviews. You can use this on just normal hair as well. It doesn't have to be just wigs, but I feel like it is a very heavy product, so using it on your natural hair, I feel like you'd have to like wash your hair really well to get it out. But I'm pretty sure I got this off Amazon. I'll try and link everything in the description if I can find them. But this is the original mane and tail detangler, and it's a pretty big bottle. Like, I mean, I've got a big head, but like that's it next to my head. 355 mils, 12 fluid ounces. Is that what FLOZ is? I feel so dumb right now, but we don't use that measurement, so yeah, that's what it looks like. Yeah, I absolutely love this. I use this when I'm cutting my wigs. Whenever I get a wig, I get mine off Shein, but whenever I get a wig, I trim it, I cut the bangs, I work on the part. I do have a video showing you how I do that. I will link that in the description. So I will use that then, but also for an upkeep, like if this wig got a bit gross and a bit knotted, then I would just spray this over and comb it through. One thing I will say about this though is that if you're doing it on tiles or a wooden floor or something, just be aware that it will make your floor super slippery. Last time I used it, I forgot to clean it off the floorboards or like vinyl, and I slipped on it so many times. Like even weeks later, it's just super slippery. I walk around the house in socks, and there's so many times I've like walked past and just gone whoop. So yeah, just be careful, put a towel down or something, or clean the floor, clean everything after you use this. But overall it's a really amazing product, and I highly recommend a detangling spray. When I use the detangling spray, I just use a wide tooth comb. This again is off Amazon. I'm pretty sure it was like $4. But you could also, I mean, you can get these anywhere. I mean, Kmart have them, but I didn't want to go to the shops. I just wanted to order something online, and yeah, it came super fast. So I literally just spray the detangler on and then comb it through with a wide tooth comb. And even when I put the wig on just a few minutes ago, I'd give the wig a bit of a comb, and it just helps the wig look a lot nicer. Also, if you have any hairspray in it or anything, I feel like it just resets the curls and everything. So I highly recommend a wide tooth comb. So also with wigs, you're gonna need a wig cap. I have this kind, which is like a net sort of one. I actually didn't know until right now that I had one of these. Yeah, I was literally looking everywhere for one of these and then I just found it in my drawers. These ones are really good because if you have medium length hair like me, where it's too short to like plait it, but too long to just sort of shove into a normal wig cap, these ones are really good because you can just sort of like flip your hair up into it and it lays it super flat. But there's also just the normal wig caps. I don't have the packaging on this one, but they literally just look like a pair of stockings, and yeah, it's just super easy to just slip over the top of your head. Another thing I've recently been using is this like elastic thing. I'll put a picture up on the screen of what I'm talking about because I only have one and I have it on my head at the moment, so I don't know if you can see. It's basically sitting like right against where the wig stops. My hairline is so bad with wigs. I know how bad it looks. That's why I sort of keep it over my natural hairline because I just have a weird shaped hairline. But yeah, I highly recommend that grippy elastic thing because it just keeps the wig on and it stops it from sliding around. I also put a bobby pin on each side and I just feel like it keeps it on my hair. Like it makes it hard for the wig to slide back. I've got quite a big head and sometimes these wigs can sort of slide backwards, so I find just having a bobby pin in there to hold it to my natural hair just helps. So if you have a big head, there's some hacks for you. If you have a small head, you're very lucky. So a couple of other things I recommend is this is a wig brush. I actually got this, I think, when I did a makeup course. And we did like hair, like wig styling and stuff. So this is like a hard bristle brush. I don't find this completely necessary unless you have a very straight wig and you're trying to really slick it down. But with my wavy wigs, I don't really use this. So yeah, these are really good. I usually just use the wide tooth comb, especially with sheen wigs. They do shed quite a lot and you have to be quite delicate with them. If you use a brush and you're really going at it, it will rip out some of the hairs. Also, I recommend one of these combs. Oh my god, I've got hair everywhere. I've got this like rat tail comb thing. This is good for sectioning because you can use this part, especially for like parting and stuff. And then this side is, I think this is like a teasing comb. And I mean, I use this for teasing. I also use this with a bit of hairspray to really like lay the top of the wig flat. And if you're going for like a really sleek look or you just want to tame some frizz, these combs are really good for that with just some hairspray and you just lightly go over the top. But you can also tease it like if you're doing cosplay wigs, etc. A couple of spray products I have this one, which I'm pretty sure I also got at the Makeup Academy. This is a gel spray, so again, just for smoothing down any frizz that you have, or if you're styling curls or anything like that. So next up, I also have a dry shampoo. For my own hair, I don't personally like Batiste dry shampoo. I just feel like it doesn't leave my hair feeling super nice and it doesn't really help with oil control, oily hair. I don't know why I said oil control. But for wigs, I think it's perfect. I would probably recommend just the normal one rather than the brunette one, unless you're using a brunette wig. But for a colorful one like this, the normal dry shampoo would probably be fine. Although I feel with this one, because it gives sort of a brown tinge rather than a white tinge residue, I feel like it sort of muted down the color and made it look a little bit more natural. But basically the purpose of dry shampoo with wigs is to just dull down the shininess. I don't know if I have a before pic of this wig. It was probably in my, I think it was in my thumbnail of my wig cutting video. But this wig was super shiny and using dry shampoo just completely got rid of the shininess. I feel like it made the color just look so much more natural, like I actually dyed my hair this color. That's just my opinion anyway. But yeah, dry shampoo is definitely a must. For hairspray, I would recommend this one, but you can experiment with hairsprays. Basically, this is the Schwarzkopf push-up volume hairspray, extra strong hold. This is very strong, like it says on the label. But this is good if you're curling the wig, if you're trying to tame frizz, if you're trying to lay the wig flat. I'd probably even use this like on the fringe just so it doesn't fly around and stuff during photos. If you're doing cosplay, I feel like this would be really good since it's so strong. It'll hold the style in place. There's some really like crazy cosplay wigs where they like flick the bottom of the hair up, and I feel like you're gonna need a really strong hairspray for that. So I definitely like this one, but there's a lot of others out there that you can try. And then just some other random bits and pieces that I feel like is good for styling wigs is these little like elastic hair ties. I really love these because they're so small. Like, I don't even know if you can see that, but they're really tiny and ow. They're just little elastic bands. I feel like these are good with wigs because you don't always have a lot of volume in your wigs, in cheap wigs especially. So I wouldn't really want to put any bulky, like big hair ties in my hair. Whereas these are very discreet and you can wrap hair around them so they're hidden. I just love these. I only have black because I use these on my natural hair and my natural hair is black, so I'm pretty sure you can get them in clear though. Then of course just some like bobby pins, normal hairstyling things that you'd use on your normal hair anyway. All those things are going to be super helpful. Now talking more along the lines of straightening the wig or curling it. So I usually buy wavy wigs from Shein, so I didn't need to really style this one. But if you're going to straighten we'll start with like synthetic wigs because that's just what I buy. If you want to straighten synthetic wigs, I would recommend using a steamer, just like a garment steamer. You can get like really like cheap ones from like Amazon and stuff. There's like little handheld travel ones. There's also like big garment ones. A little handheld one would probably be best, especially because then you can like travel with it if you need to. And you basically just use that on the hair and it just heats the synthetic fibers up and then it straightens it. There's so many videos of that and tutorials on YouTube, but if you want me to give that a try and show you how to do it, let me know in the comments. Yeah, you don't really want to be using heat on synthetic wigs, especially ones like this. I just feel like it will just melt instantly. I'm not sure if it says on Shein there's like a heat, like an amount of heat that it can take, or if there's like a tag on the inside of the wig or something. I didn't see anything, but maybe just check your wig, see if it does say anything about being heat resistant, because I think some affordable wigs can take some heat, or just test it on like a really like hidden part of hair and then just see if it melts. If you have a wig that you know is heat resistant, you have probably a lot more options. You can just use a hair straightener, or I've seen people use boiling water in the kettle and they just put the wig like on a wig stand in the shower, pour the boiling water on it and it straightens it, and you just let it dry like that. So curling them with synthetic wigs like this, I would recommend using rollers. I don't think I have any with me at the moment, but I'll put a picture up on the screen. And again, if you want me to do a tutorial on this, let me know in the comments because I can definitely do that. But I feel like for a lot of beginners like me, we don't really play around with that sort of thing yet. So basically what you would do is just wet the hair on the wig. I would section it first, wet it down with a spray bottle, and then use the roller and just roll it up and pin it in place. And then I'd spray it with some hairspray. Once it's dry, you can take it out. Don't take it out before it's dry because the curl just won't stay a curl anymore. But you can play around with different size rollers. You can play around with how tight you do it. Like, you can just experiment with it. You can comb it out once all the curls are out. Like, there's just so many different things you can do. Whereas if you have a heat resistant wig, you could also do that option, or you could use a curling wand. I don't know why my brain is so like muddled tonight, but you could use a curling wand if it is heat resistant, or test strand again on a cheaper wig. But either way, they're both super simple to do and really effective. I could go on and on about cosplay, wig styling and stuff, but I feel like that would be a whole nother video. So for the basics, that would just get you started. I'm now just going to show you a couple of my favorite ways to style my wigs. They're super simple, so don't be worried. They'll take like 2 minutes to do. I mean, they're basically styles that you can just do with your natural hair, but I just do it with my wigs for strategic reasons, which I'll get more into. So basically the first one is the absolute easiest, is you grab a beanie or a hat and you just chuck it on. This is great, especially if you don't want to work too much on your wigs. I personally enjoy giving them a bit of a trim and working on the part and the hairline and everything. If you want to skip that step, or you have a wig without a fringe, they can be a lot more obvious that they're fake, as in not your real hairline. If you do have a wig without a fringe on it and it just looks super fake, there are ways to change it a bit so that it does lay flat and look a lot more natural. Again, I can do a video on that, but a beanie or a hat is a great way to just hide all of that. It's super easy to just chuck on. It takes like less than a second, and then you don't have to worry about it. You don't have to worry about making it look natural. So this is what my beanie looks like on. It's kind of like sitting like sideways or something. But yeah, this is just a super simple way, because you're hiding like the hairline, you're hiding all the parts that never look natural on a cheap synthetic wig. And it still looks cool. Like, you could add a cap, you could add any kind of beanie, and I think it just looks really cool. And I feel like it looks like my natural hair. I mean, the fringe I could fiddle with a little bit more, but other than that, I don't think you'd really tell it was a wig. Right, I'm gonna play around with it, because this like thing sticking up is really annoying me. Okay, I feel like that's better. It's looking a lot more even now. So yeah, this is style number 1. Again, it's super basic, super beginner friendly, it's super easy. And yeah, let's move on to the next one. Okay, so I'm gonna be using these little hair ties that I told you about. And if you're doing cosplay, you could style the wig on a mannequin head. I have a canvas one that was super hard to find online, but there's also like foam ones and stuff. Especially if you're going to be wetting it with like boiling water or anything, I'd recommend foam rather than the canvas. But I personally like styling my wig on my head, because getting my wig on, I just completely mess it up. So I prefer to just do the styling when it's on my head. But if you were cosplaying, you can just do it on a head. If you want to, on a mannequin head. I feel like I'm saying head a lot. I feel like I should grab a mirror. Yeah, I'm gonna grab a mirror. Oh. Okay, so I'm just gonna grab a piece of hair. I'm gonna try and start just next to where the side of the fringe is. But I'm gonna try and keep a section of hair just so it covers my weird hairline. So I'm just gonna grab a medium-sized section, maybe about that much, I think. And then I'm just checking to see if you can see any like wefts. I think we're looking pretty good. I mean, you can see my hair there, but that's just because I'm tilting my head. So I'm just gonna grab this. I got hair in my eye. And I'm just gonna start by twisting it. And then we're gonna twirl it around to make a bun. And I want them kind of big, so I'm doing it kind of loose. And then I'm gonna grab my elastic. Just like that, and it looks completely crazy at the moment, but we're gonna grab some bobby pins. We're just gonna pin the sides of that down. Just like that, and now we're gonna do the other side. So again, I'm leaving a little piece of hair to cover my hairline, checking that it's even. Checking that you can't see any of the wig cap. Okay, so the space buttons are done. This is what they're looking like. I feel like they look super cute. You can definitely play around with them and make them a bit more messy or a bit more neater. You can also add hairspray to them. But I think it's just a really cute style, and it also takes away some of the volume. Some of these wigs have a lot of bulk, and I feel like adding space buns or adding some sort of braid or something just sort of takes away from that and makes the hair look thinner, which then makes the wig look more natural. I know when I do space buns on my natural hair, it never looks this good because my hair is super thin. So I feel like with wigs, it's a fun excuse to just get the space bun look but still have all the volume. So now I'm going to quickly take these out and I will show you hairstyle number 3, which again is super fast. Okay, so now that those are out, I'm just going to grab a couple of bobby pins, and we're basically just going to pin some of this hair behind our ears. I feel like this really flattens down the wig, and again, you don't want too much bulk unless you're going for that look. Every time I film, every time. Coco, she's sitting on my beanie, so she's happy. Unless you're going for the very full look, if you want it to look super natural, I suggest trying to get down some of the bulk. This wig's not too bad, but the green wig I was wearing in my previous video, I just feel like there's a lot more volume and a lot more bulk, and I had to kind of play around with it and put some behind my ear because otherwise it just did not look natural. it just looked like I had so much hair. It just didn't look believable. And with my long black wig as well, there is so much volume. So I do this trick with that one as well, just to make it look a lot more believable. So I don't really want you to see it, like as in, I don't want you to see it in photos or anything. I obviously want you to see it in this video. But we're going to separate it just behind the ear, and I'm literally just gonna bobby pin just behind my ear. And I don't even know if you'll be able to notice, but it's just really flattened that down and just controlled how much volume that actually is. That's literally all I've done. Just bobby pin that in place. The hair even like covers it, so you could even like go out with that bobby pin there and no one would even notice. I mean, I feel like this side's flatter in general anyway on this wig, but it's really like just toned it down and made it a lot more manageable. Also, this wig has so much hair. If I was to go outside in this wig, I just feel like there would be hair, like just like a hair tornado on my head. So this really keeps a lot of it in place and just keeps the wig and the hair really secure, and it still looks really nice. So I'm going to do the same on this side. I love using this trick, especially on long synthetic wigs, especially like curly ones, because they're just like a huge lion's mane. Like they're just massive, and when it's all like sitting on my shoulders, I look a bit like Hagrid, and yeah, I just want to try and get some of that bulk down. So doing this trick really helps with that. But yeah, I think that's it for this video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Again, I don't know if this was helpful. I hope it was helpful to someone out there. But I just wanted this to be really simple, really beginner friendly, because I know that's what I was definitely looking for when I started experimenting with wigs. If you want me to go into more depth with any of the things that I mentioned, like curling, straightening, cosplay, any of that, make sure you let me know in the comments and I will definitely do that. But yeah, I hope you all enjoyed, and I will see you all next time with another video. Bye!